Local.
A horrific tragedy hitting hard all across the city of New Orleans.
3 children are dead after an early morning house fire.
Family members tell WDSU the kid's own father is responsible for starting the fire and then walking away. NOPD confirms they have arrested him, and he faces multiple charges, including 3 counts of second-degree murder.
We have live team coverage from how officers tracked down the father to a history of domestic violence, and we have the desperate 911 call for help.
First, we begin with WDSU reporter Shay O'Connor live on the scene with the emotional reaction from those who live in the neighborhood. Shay.
Gina, we're actually here along America Street where people are still in shock. And let me just say, there has been an overwhelming amount of support from community members in this area. As you can see, balloons and candles. People have been bringing this by all day. A lot of people have been touched by this tragedy. Neighbors tell me they will never be the same. Now, take a look at this video there on your screen from earlier this morning. It shows a man walking out of a home as it is on fire. He hops into a black car and leaves the area. NOPD says a little before midnight, the mother of the 3 kids called 911 saying their father intended to burn the house down. Neighbors tell me the woman was at work and the father had agreed to watch the kids. He's identified by NOPD as Joseph Washington, and he is now in custody. You see him there on your screen. Now, we're told the firefighters, or when they arrived, the 5-year-old girl and 8-year-old boy were rescued from the home. They were sadly pronounced dead at the scene. The 3-year-old was eventually recovered from the home, also pronounced dead on scene.
Once I hit the end of my hall, you could just see the house engulfed in flames. And all I could think about is, where are the kids? I saw that mom outside and I'm yelling, where's the kids? And she said they're inside, and we're yelling to the fire department, you got to get the babies out of the house.
It's so unreal, talking to the neighbor who said he had the kid in his arms as the kid, was given to EMS. Seeing the house is sad. It shows what some of these kids are dealing with, at home.
Now, before the arrest, Joseph Washington's father actually came to the scene and pleaded for his son to turn himself in. I'm also told that there have been several domestic disputes at this home, so much so sad and so bad that people in this area actually knew that when they saw lights flickering to call NOPD on the mom's behalf. I have much more on this at 5 and 6 p.m. Reporting live from New Orleans, Shay O'Connor, WDSU News.
For more on this story, WDSU reporter Eli Brand is live at NOPD headquarters.
He has the new information just released by investigators.
And Eli, what do we know so far?
Yeah, we just spoke to a lot of police leaders, including Interim Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick. The first thing they confirmed, Joseph Washington, the father of these 3 children that were killed, he is a suspect. He has been arrested. He was arrested around 11:40 this morning. Police also detailing the charges that he has officially been given. 3 counts of second-degree murder, 3 counts of cruelty to a juvenile, and a count of aggravated arson. Police also spoke about what led to him being arrested. They say they worked throughout the night, starting at midnight when this crime took place, to try and find him. The first clue they got, we're going to show you on your screen right now. That is his car. You're going to see right there. It's partially in the Mississippi River in Gretna. Police did not specify how that car ended up there, but they did confirm that was his car found near the ferry terminal in Gretna. The second thing is the location where he was captured. They say after they eventually found him, they found him on the I-610 on-ramp. That's near Elysian Fields right there. They say he jumped off of that on-ramp trying to get away from them. He eventually injured himself when he jumped off of that on-ramp before being taken to UMC for treatment. That is the latest we know about him. As far as we know, he is still at UMC right now receiving treatment. NOPD Interim Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick spoke about this candidly, saying about how this makes even the police feel.
We are outraged. We are disappointed. We are deeply saddened. And so as a collective voice, we share the outrage of this community.
A few other notes about what was going on inside the house. I did ask whether or not those children were restrained while they were inside. Police said they couldn't give us any more information about what was going on inside the house while their investigation plays out. One other thing, Worth mentioning, the 8-year-old and the 5-year-old, they say, were alive when they were taken by EMS to the hospital before eventually dying. The 3-year-old dying inside the home of their injuries from the fire. Reporting live, Eli Brandt, WDSU News.
So WDSU Investigates took a deeper dive into Joseph Washington's background and history with the children's mother.
Reporter Cassie Sherm is in studio with what we have learned.
And Cassie, the common theme here is that they have a history of domestic abuse.
That's right. Unfortunately, we looked through these documents, the court documents, which show Washington had a lengthy history of domestic abuse. There's also documentation showing he had threatened to kill his then wife and kids before. Here's what we've uncovered so far. Washington was convicted of domestic abuse and battery at least twice in 2016 and was arrested on the same charges in 2018. Washington was married to the children's mother in 2014 and she divorced him 5 years later. In 2018, the mother filed for a restraining order against Washington, claiming he repeatedly hit and choked her and often attacked her while she was holding the children. Now, we have put in a multiple public records request to see if there's been any other calls for NOPD to go to that house, and we'll keep you updated.
All right, thank you, Cassie. WDSU investigative reporter Aubrey Killian picks up our team coverage.
And we're hearing a mother's frantic call for help.
Aubrey, you obtained the emotional 911 call this morning.
And Travers, you know, the call is very emotional, and a warning, that call is a bit hard to listen to. The mother called 911 while at work. The mother, she showed tremendous courage trying to save her 3 children.
911, what's the location of your emergency? Hi, 4911 America Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. He's going crazy. His name is Joseph. Can you please hurry? I'm at work. What's going on? He's screaming on the phone. I heard the kid screaming. He's screaming on the phone. Y'all have to just break through the door before anything happens, please.
And when asked about the response time today, police saying that is still under investigation. Much more on that call coming up at 5. Back to you.
Aubrey, thank you. Certainly just a sad story all around happening.